Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays Factorio for absolute beginners. I am thinking, apart from getting this blooming speed module done so that we can move towards the end, I'm thinking we should take this base down. Because it was planting a base here, it's a threat to this area that's quite vulnerable. We have a pretty solid amount of attack power now. Full up on everything except destroyer robots, and I'm pretty sure we have enough of those, so it would probably make sense just to remove it from the board, so to speak. It should make things a little safer at least. So let's see, let's make a little wall of these. Make some destroyer capsules. Ooh. I didn't realise I was close enough for those things to hit. Right, well in that case, let's go for them. Ooh. Oh, there's one here as well. Once again, I'm mostly trying to take out the attackers. These thingies, spitter thingies. How do you call them? Oh, medium worms apparently. Because the destroyers alone can probably finish everything else off. There, right. I'm hoping that will help. So, in other news, what else was I thinking? Well, I'm also thinking I could do with being picked up. So, I am in Copper Mines Southwest. So why don't you come and get me? I was thinking about putting a radar there. If I do, I might even wander west as well. Just make sure there's nothing still remaining in that area. Okay. I feel like I may as well let you load up a little bit at least. That's probably enough. Hey, whack. Mind you, there's no danger of a train stopping there, is there? So that's probably fine. Let's just move you out of the way. Alright, so among other things, let me make a radar so that we've got one ready to go. Let me grab some ammunition. Right, so we've only got one thing producing these, so we really want it going all the time. So let me cheat slightly and grab some electric furnaces, and let's just get this moving. Because it's just getting a bit silly now. So while I'm at it, let's approach it from the other angle and dump you with a load of steel. The steel is being produced by the main manufacturers, so there shouldn't be any problem there. I think it's just being spread a little too thin is the only problem. Which, you know, is fine. Right, so while that's going, let me just head down and put a radar in that outpost. And it does look a bit like this could do with some ammunition. Very unlikely that this place will be attacked, I have to say. So I wonder if I should save some of the ammunition for the place I'm about to put a radar in. I can give you a little bit at least. Just bolster things slightly. So where does that leave us? Right, we still can't actually reach. So I'm going to go and check that area out myself as well. Yeah, I think we're okay. This is presumably where the base was. And the artillery shells took it down. That's fine then. And we've got some spare artillery sat there. So brilliant, artillery doing its job. We have plenty stockpiled. Good. is what I like to see. Okay. Grief. Okay, well, I'll leave you there for a bit. A little bit more ammunition, although we're not exactly full up on it or anything. Right, okay, how are we doing over here? Presumably you're just making things as fast as you can. Yeah, it's not quick. But then the purple vials were never really meant to be quick. Still, let's grab these 19 and dump you in there. Make sure we keep you going. How are you doing for steel? You're out of steel again. That is fine. Right, let me... let's look at finishing off the reach of our robo-ports in the main base. So ideally we actually want them along the outside wall so that they can be fixing any issues as they come up. Okay. It would appear that a tree in the way needs to go. Sorry, tree. Alright. And then we need to power all of these up, of course. I think that should get all of them. Right, brilliant. So we've sort of extended the logistics network to cover all of this area now. So not covering everything, but it also means that we're doing repairs on almost the entire east wall, which is good. Should put us in a good position in terms of being protected. What else was I thinking? We'll dump some more steel into the artillery. Doesn't look like it needs it. but it never hurts. And also, yeah, I was going to move that quarry train out of the way. That's why I'm wandering over in this direction, because I don't want our supply of copper to run out, and this stream doesn't have any now. So let's get that nice and unloaded. And there we go, and now we are just about to finish building, well, researching Speed Module 3. Which is what we wanted. So we should have a nice stockpile of everything else now. So our research ought to be able to move pretty quickly. So the only reason we actually needed that was for the rocket silo. Allows you to launch a rocket into space and win the game. Unfortunately, that does need purple. So in the interests of not holding us up, well, not taking forever and struggling for purple again, let's actually research something else. So I've been meaning to speed the trains up, so let's speed run those to start with. Let's try and work on the speed of our networks. And while we're speedrunning research, I might just travel around with the iron train and make sure all of our iron bases are doing okay. However, at the moment the iron train isn't here. In fact, let's just check where it is, make sure it's not stuck somewhere. It is stuck somewhere. It is stuck there, which is fine, but with that in mind, let's just dump a bit more steel in the artillery. If I can remember where it is. Doesn't need more iron. They're doing fine. In fact, they're clogged up with steel, which is brilliant. Grab any remaining ammunition I can find. And let's go for a little trip on the iron train. Okay, so we've done braking force 1. I think we're probably going to go straight to braking force 2. Yep. So I've been thinking of this as speeding the trains up. Technically it doesn't, but it allows trains to corner faster and stop faster. So overall the effect is to speed the trains up. Right. Still, even if we're doing research, I don't necessarily want to be sat around for ages. I'm not expecting any issues in Iron Mine Southwest, but I'm going to check it anyway. So what we'll do is we'll just send you off to offload, and then you can come back here afterwards and pick me up. Yep, all still going strong. It's not that long since I was here. Nothing even needs repairing anymore, thanks to the artillery, I think. So even without any automated repairs, this base is in very good shape. Which is good, because it's an important one. Right, so if you come and get to me, we will check out the next base while you're offloading from this one. So your next base would be Iron Mines Southeast. I might even send you back to pick up from this one. Because it produces iron so much faster. So situations like that where the two trains had to stop for each other, this braking force thing should help as well, I think. Right, you head back to Iron Mine Southwest to do some pickup. Check out this mine, although actually it looks like it's in good shape, going strong. Not low on ammunition in any way. Quite well defended. Almost makes me feel like there was no need for me to worry. Right, okay, Braking Force 2 is now done. Braking Force 3 needs purples. I don't want to use purples right now. So what else do we have? I don't really need much more in terms of new abilities. I think we've covered all the stuff we really need. Oh, greater inventory. Hadn't spotted that one. That's probably worth having. Okay, where's our train? You are here. Okay, come and pick me up. And you can take me to Iron Mine West and I'll send you back to this mine. Where things are going, I'm starting to wonder if I'm not going to find any issues. With these iron mines, but we will see. Right, you take me straight to Iron Mine West. It's also inventory now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. 9, 10, right, so it's 100 items at the moment. Slightly kicking myself for having missed that one. Not that it's immensely hampered us in any way. I wonder if they actually do go faster because the brakes are more capable. I hadn't really thought about it. Right, so if you drop off there, then you'll go to Iron Mine Southeast, then you'll drop off, then you'll come back here. So that's good because there's lots of time to sort this place out. In fact, let's at least sort the mines out first because they can be producing. start the next layer. Well, I suppose in theory we could actually put it there and move things down a bit further. Yeah, that's probably a better idea actually. Just keep going. Okay, so we apparently now have a bigger tool belt. Right, that's 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so it's not massive then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, literally just gained another 10 slots. So must have made this bigger to compensate. Okay. Different. Right. Laser shooting speed. Let's improve our lasers a bit. Just try to pick anything that doesn't involve purple vials for now. And we need to do a bit of repairing. It's fine, I don't think we've been here for a while. So I think the fact that we need to do repairs isn't actually a concern as such. Right, okay. Right, you hadn't actually even got to the point of visiting the next mine. So I'm messing things up a little here. But that's fine, we've almost checked everything anyway. Just wondering if a more direct route across there might be worth doing. Rather than worrying too much about braking speed. Right. So far southwest and really far I can reach from each other. So I definitely don't need to worry about either of those too much. So let's send you to Iron Mine Southeast because you never actually did anything there. As such, right, what else does not require purples? Energy weapons damage 1. Okay, does look okay for ammunition. None of the mines have yet run out. Of course, we've got straight repairs anyway. I may as well dump the explosive mines in there while I'm here. I could even give you my repair modules, seeing as it doesn't look like I'm going to have to use them. Okay, brilliant. Iron mines look to be in good shape. I guess I was mostly worrying unnecessarily. So maybe just iron mine west that I could have done with visiting. So I might just check the iron mines on the base as well. And then maybe we should bite the bullet and start on the rocket silo. And start bringing this to a close. Right, so would have been southeast, so let's do and drop off southwest. And then it can get back to its regularly scheduled routine. Not looking at the research yet because I don't want to risk staying on the train when it sets off again. Right. So there are a whole bunch of other things we could do. Could improve our personal suit and things and give ourselves other weapons. We could certainly speed things up with these two. But they both use purples, so I'm thinking let's build a rocket silo. Yeah, so we're going to have a fair bit of stuff to build once we have researched that. I have absolutely no doubt that we're still going to need to bolster the purples a bit. In fact, let me just grab a bunch of these and I will dump as many in as it will let me. Give you a ton of steel. It's possible we might run out of one of the others first, but we have been stockpiling them for a while we've been suffering from a serious lack of purple vials. Right, okay. Let me just check our remaining iron mines. Yep, got a problem with that one. So just get you producing again. Come on, fellas. Right. And then I'll check the other ones. Okay. So there. So in theory, our iron production should be really good for a good long while now. we do seem quite quite full up with iron, so hopefully we'll be merrily producing everything without any issues for some time to come. So with that in mind, where does that leave us in terms of artillery shells? Because we've actually got 2 in the north. Where apparently our next one up is artillery coal, so fine, let's go check it out. Because I'm not actually convinced that that's in need of any artillery shells, so I don't particularly mind giving that a slight underdose, so we can start stockpiling for the others. And it does mean we can check on the coal mine as well, given that's now involved in some of our oil production. We have lost 1 coal mine. Let's send you off. Let's see how we're actually doing for artillery. Not bad, I don't think. We've got some spare, so this is definitely active and operational. So yeah, quite happy to have interrupted this so we can start stockpiling for the bases that aren't operational yet, which actually need it. So I think what we're providing here to the coal mine artillery is plenty. I'm not even sure how many are in this tunnel. It definitely wouldn't hurt to get the other artilleries up and running, because we might be able to stop this sort of thing. There we go. Right, the tunnel is full. Right, I might not bother the trains and just head over manually to the nuclear power area. Do need to keep an eye out for trains as I'm going, because we have sped them up a bit, sort of. Right, this place needs ammunition. If nothing else. Yeah, there's no artillery shells here at all. But it's going to take some time to stock those up, unfortunately. It's best to just leave it be for now. Could use some of these excess uranium 238s to make, what do you call it, depleted uranium ammunition, possibly? Uranium ammo. But honestly, I don't think we need it. But yeah, that would have been a possibility. This is still going. How are we doing for our power needs? It's dropping a little. slowly approaching the point where we could consider making a second reactor. It's not like we're exactly short of fuel. I suppose that's something I could consider doing. Definitely not short of iron down here, but yeah, generally speaking, we seem to be fine, but a long way from being able to activate those artillery turrets, unfortunately. Which is annoying. Kind of wondering if the problem now is more just down to come further than I intended to. Or just down to time, like maybe I should have a second thing making these explosive cannon shells. Yeah, because that's what you're out of, isn't it? And we are pretty heavily stocked up with everything else. Could be worth a try. Let's see. So if I wanted to make more explosive cannon shells, presumably I can just go directly into that tunnel to do them. Put a splitter there, put a splitter here. We just need Ooh, how's this gonna work? Can I take him from there? Actually, I probably can. Yeah, that seems to work. Also, I've picked up some plastics and explosives, which you might as well have, and you may as well have the steel while I'm at it. And in theory, that should double the production of explosive cannon shells, which might actually double the speed at which we're making artillery shells, which would be good. Let's replace these with fast inserters, because the other one has fast inserters. Just replenishing our levels a bit. Yeah, I think that's worked pretty well. Whether we'll find a new bottleneck as a result, I don't know, but can but try. Right, so we're actually out of purples again. That's slightly shocking. Oh, is it actually railways that we're out of? Wow. Did not expect that. I suppose technically it only gets the new ones, doesn't it? So you actually need steel. That's fine. That's good anyway, because we'll use some of the stone up, because we've been getting quite clogged up with stone from the quarries. So yeah, brilliant. Progress. Okay, right, I might actually call it there. So, what did we actually do? It was a bit messy. Checked on all the iron mines, so we've made sure they're all operational. Checked on the coal mine artillery, which is doing sterling work by the look of it. In fact, we basically checked most areas. Realised we're very low on artillery shells, so we've now doubled, I think, the speed of production. We did a bunch of minor research. Actually, let's move you out of the way. Make sure our copper doesn't get held up. So we've effectively sped the trains up quite a bit, improved the effectiveness of our laser weapons, and increased our inventory slightly. But probably the big thing is that we've started researching the rocket silo, which is going to end the game. Other than that, it was mostly just maintenance, although I'm hopeful that the extra production of artillery shells is going to allow us to start activating some of those artillery turrets we had prepared, given a little bit of time. But yeah, I will leave it there for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.